What's up, you guys? So, let me find.
We're doing a big piece today.
It's true. It's gonna be a larger piece. Let me find my phone so I can show you guys my
Right here.
reference. I would have never found that. We're live. We're early. What's up, TZ? What's up, Bug? So, I had a rare opportunity to flip through Facebook today, which like never happens for me. Jeff and I are typically busy all of the time, and I came across Rinsky Dunas. I'm sure I'm messing her name up. If you haven't checked out her channel, make sure you do so. She does amazing acrylic pieces. She sometimes works with resin, but I'll show you a colored version in a minute. She did this like large negative space piece, which I was like super inspired by. So I'm gonna try to do a piece similar to that today. What's up, y'all?
It's like we've done it, just not so simple.
Right, not through the middle. I haven't kept that much negative space before. This is like ultra negative space. Anyways, that's what we're doing today. Hope you guys stay tuned to watch it. I am Erica. Jeff's over there prepping the canvas. And
It's me.
it's going to be pretty good. So stay tuned. So you guys, you can't see, so this is Rinsky's piece. I'm 100% sure that I'm messing her name up. Also, it's a little bit blown out because my phone is turned all the way up, but you get the general idea. She does some really awesome, super inspiring work. So I'm going to take from this piece and work on that today. It's kind of going to how important negative space is to kind of direct the eye across the canvas, and it is what we are working on the 25th of this month for the Pour With Us class, which is a free class. Tune in on the 25th at 8 p.m., which would be right now Central Time, and doesn't cost anything to paint along. If you need the materials for it, you can check us out on our website, artisttildeath.com/shop, and get a complete kit. Everything you need, just pop the box open and join us on that day. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. Right now, Jeff is prepping the cradle board, which I know I've been saying forever that I'm going to get them up on the website. We had 800 things to do today.
800.
It's a technical term, and I feel like it's an accurate depiction of all of the things we're driving around trying to get done today. Bless you, Chloe Beans. Greetings from Izmir, Turkey. I think that is the first time we've had a Turkish hello. So hello and welcome. Holly, I'm sorry if that wasn't your package. Hopefully you'll get your package soon. Y'all, me and the Postal Service are having issues right now. I've got a package that I shipped off to Canada almost a whole month ago, and it says in transit still. What's that, B?
Is it going to be, are you going to do white?
Yeah.
Like a base? Or is it going to be clear?
Clear.
So you're not using any white?
I'm going to use white, but it's going to be a clear base. Hi, Bo. You want to come up here with me? No? Cool. So, It is totally math. Jeff is prepping canvas. If you guys have never checked out one of our canvas prep videos, make sure you check it out because it details exactly how. Well, now you do want it to look dirty. Okay. It details exactly how we. That little guy. It details exactly how we prep the cradle boards and canvases so that they can take resin if it's canvas without dipping too much in the middle, and if it is cradle board without warping the board, and making sure it flows really simply and smoothly over the piece. If you don't know, this is Bowie. He is one of the poor pups. I have a glass of Chardonnay. You do not have to drink to do art. I choose to have a glass every once in a while. Because adult. Thank you, JJ, for the reminder. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Please share the video because once we get to 50,000, we guys are going to have a great giveaway for you guys. And I'll also do a crazy blowout sale, lightning sale on our website, artistsouldout.com. Bowie and Pugsley were so cute on Snapchat today. They were friending it up all day today. Till we had to go on an adventure. I don't have the camera on what Jeff is doing right now, but it doesn't really matter because he's done. Basically, a quick explanation of what just happened with Jeff is we paint it with flat white interior house paint, sand it with 220. Sometimes we do a second coat of that, sand it with 220, and then we use a spray gesso and sand it with 220-400. I just saw him spraying, so I'm assuming that was 400 sandpaper he's using or about to use.
Yeah. This was 220. After I sprayed it, I used a 220. You really don't need to.
400 is mainly for alcohol inks, so.
Yeah, you want it really smooth with alcohol inks. This, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to have it super smooth, and you don't want it super textury. So, because the resin's going to cover it up anyway. So.
Thank you, B, for prepping that board for me. Switch. So it may look a little bit blown out right now, but I'm about to pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
You guys see these? What I did yesterday. I'm going to spray matte over them so they're not shiny like that.
I know it.
So that. Let's see. Yeah, no.
It's not
It's
close.
upside down. You need to flip that around. There you go. Wow, that was a little fast.
Sorry, I might make anyone dizzy.
You have to put something down on there. Just put something down there. Sorry, y'all. There we go.
So I'm going to use colors that I am way guilty of using probably too often. However, they look so good together that ultimately I'm a little bit unapologetic for using them. The colors I'm going to use tonight are Wild Jasmine by Resin Art. Looks like this. It's dry paste. It's a very hot pink color. I'm also going to use Dark Turquoise by Just Resin. It's a very deep, beautiful aqua turquoisey deep color. I'm going to also use a little bit of Bright Gold by Just Resin. I'm going to use some Just Resin Titanium. And actually, I'm thinking I'm going to use some yellow.
Hello, Jude. That looks like a new name.
Jude.
Holly's Art. Dallas they're still protesting. They're doing their thing. It seems to be peaceful. Nothing has really, nothing really has popped off. Love the color of the gloves. Yeah, it's still, they're still protesting, but they're doing it in a respectful way. That's all I'm gonna, I don't want to get into all that. This is about a negative pour tonight.
Art and etc.
Art and etc. They're fine. It's just up close. I'm not.
These are temporary. We try them out for a week at a time till we get it honed in. So I'm going to also use Bright Yellow from Just Resin. Suggestion from a bee. And I'm going to mix some deep turquoise from Color Passion into my dark turquoise from Just Resin to inhibit larger cells. Inhibit? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Where's the new
Mackenzie, people are gonna speak. I don't. Like I said, I don't want to get into this. They're protesting. They're doing it peacefully. They're doing what they do. It's a pretty sensitive subject right now. So
we're not getting political on the page.
we're not gonna get into that. They do what they're doing, and we just we're here to show you guys artwork and to give you tips and tricks and
possibly take your mind off of
it just for a little bit. All this craziness, all the
everything,
COVID, all this crazy stuff, all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world.
The resin I am using today is Stone Coat Art Coat. In our opinion, it is the best resin on the market, and we are very honest with our reviews. We won't steer you guys wrong. So this size is an 18 by 36. So the amount of resin,
There we go.
I think 18 ounces is too much.
Let me see. Yes. Because you're only going to put a little, you're just doing a little bit of color. Like, you're not going crazy.
No.
Like, think about half of that. What is that?
Half of 18 is 9.
No, half of this board. Like, think about one of our kits, 8 ounces. That would cover over half of that. Like, I would just do 10, and if you need more, then we'll make more. Let's see 10. Remember, it's.
You want to do 10 ounces? That's this many.
I mean, you're only literally. How much color are you making? Like, you're literally making a little bit of color to put down. Remember, we don't want a lot of. And that cup. Just think about these little cups, like this whole cup, babe, is 10 ounces. Do you think that might be perfect for that? I don't know. Do what you gotta do, babe.
I'm meeting in the middle and doing 12 ounces. And if we go over, then I'll make some coasters because we have a fire sale on Saturday at 5 p.m. Central, which is 3 hours back from right now, but on Saturday. I'm going to take this time to tell you guys to use your own judgment on your PPE. It's recommended that you wear a face respirator, gloves, a smock if you want to protect your clothes. Don't breathe the fumes. Being in a very well ventilated space, our space we have a 2,500 square foot space with 15-foot ceilings and open windows. And I am doing my best to keep my face out of the resin. That should be a given with any resin that you use. So this resin is a 2-hour working time resin. It is UV resistant, heat resistant up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's my favorite on the market, which I already said, but y'all know that. My arm's tired already.
Since this isn't going to be, I don't want this in my face.
You have two at the same angle?
No, I want this to be down here.
So for this 18 by 36, I'm mixing up 12 ounces. We'll see if that's too much or just right. Who knows? Nobody can know. So I know we have someone from Turkey in here. Where's everyone else from? Also, when you're mixing up your resin, be sure to scrape your stir stick off and the sides and the bottom of your cup. Just to make sure that everything is very well incorporated with itself, each other, each self of each other.
Each other.
I know it. But you can't look out the window right now, Beans. My hands are sticky.
Are the fumes? John wants to know: are the fumes bad? There are no fumes. There's this resin that we use, the Stone Coat Countertop Art Coat, does not smell one bit to me.
Oh, I know it, Bowie. But even though there isn't any fumes, you should take precaution because you never know. I can't advise anybody on precautions they should take. All I'm going to say is consult your medical professional if you have concerns. Some people have bad reactions to resin. And some people have bad reactions to some resins and not others. Jeff, for example, has only had an issue with one kind of resin. He had resin rash with art resin. And I think on the channel we've previewed or reviewed like 24 different brands.
Yes, we are reconnected successfully.
But it's frozen. Just do. Just.
Oh, there it goes.
But I'm frozen on here. I don't understand.
Why does it just do it like doodle-doo?
I'll look it up. It can't be just ours.
That is like I want to throw everything out the window right now. God, that bugs me. That gets me so bad. For some reason, y'all, our OBS just kind of crashes.
But it doesn't really crash, it just crashes out.
It totally crashes, like it's crashed. Like that's what has happened.
Anyways, we're back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen all the time. I'm gonna look it up. I'm sure.
John says, is the Stone Coat available through Amazon? We sell it right here in Dallas, Texas. We'll ship it worldwide.
I think they do have it on Amazon. However, it would really help the channel out if you bought it through us. It's the same price.
We would prefer you to buy it from us. Thanks.
If I did a video on color theory, would that help anybody? Is that something that would interest you guys? Pink. Turquoise. Yellow. Gold.
Sorry, I'm fixing the cameras, y'all.
White. Alrighty. So now, the first color we're going to mix is Wild Jasmine from Resin Art. It's a dry paste. This color is a very vibrant, hot pink color. It's called a dry paste because it looks like a powder, but it acts like a paste. And typically it doesn't take that much pigment, but for powders I always overload just a little bit. Also, for all you artists at home, don't load your pigments on top of your pouring surface, because that's a great way to stain it, especially if you're doing a negative space. I'm going to be using a fair amount of heat. I'm not going to be doing a swipe on this one, so I'm going to add just a little bit more powder. Just to ensure
you
that
can't
it's
see any of that.
ultra opaque. I'm going to show you guys what this color looks like. It's so great.
Is that Mackenzie? Ask what's in the cups.
So I poured some of this resin that I mixed up into each of these cups, and the amount of resin in each cup represents how much of each color I want represented on my painting. So I want more white than anything else because it's negative space, so my most full cup is the white one, and the one that I will have the least representation is going to be the gold, because I find that the metallics kind of take over a little bit. So that's the one that's least full. The next color I'm going to mix up is...
Oh my God.
What? Did it disconnect?
No, it's just...
Oh, with focus?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's so... that bugs me more, too. It's going... It's because you have that so far up, I think.
Well, I want to have the full canvas in the thing. Anyways, I'll leave something out here so it
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate that. Every dollar donated goes right back into the channel for you guys. So the next color I'm going to use is dark turquoise from just Resin. It looks black, but it's actually a very awesome, deep and vibrant at the same time.
Cindy Stevens
color.
wants to know, do you carry Stone Coat countertop in gallons? We don't. We only carry half gallons.
However, The price of the half gallon, for example, is $55, and the price of the whole gallon is $110. So for space's sake, we only carry the half gallons, but it's not like you're saving money by buying a full gallon. So consider buying just 2 half gallons from us. So I'm gonna mix in some of this. Maybe not mix in, maybe I'll just do it next to. I'll just do a different color. I'll just do another deep turquoise next to this dark turquoise. You can see on the side of this cup the color that this is. It's gorgeous. Something that I love about using paste instead of any other kind of resin additive, I guess, is that I don't have to worry about adding too much or it's setting off right away because of the type of pigment that I put into this. Everything mixes in flawlessly. I don't get any of those like freckles of color.
You're just a big fat boy now, aren't you?
I love it. The next color I'm going to mix up is this.
Well, Bonnie,
bright yellow.
that's a good point, but we only sell the Stone Coat Art Coat. We don't sell their countertop. We don't sell the
Quick coat.
Quick Coat or the cast.
What was the good point?
It's okay to have one screen. Cheryl, are you asking me to go to one screen? All you have to do is ask.
So this is bright yellow from Just Resin. I want to use a yellow. I want to do better about using yellows and the colors that kind of scare me with resin. This one is just under fluorescent. And I think it'll make my palette really come together. Typically my palettes are something of secondary colors. And that, I'm sure you guys know what secondary colors are, but if not, let me know and I can go into more detail about that.
What do you think, Bowie?
Look at this gold, you guys. It's like molten. It looks like it was literally a bar of gold and they melted it and put it in this little jar. Golds are also something I overload. I put way too much pigment in. Every time because I find that it kind of just acts better that way. The color of the gold is brighter and it floats to the surface a little bit better. But I may actually just do the Montana gold in this piece anyways instead of this gold. We'll see how that goes though. And the last color I'm going to mix up is white. Wasn't cute. Is white from Just Resin. Anytime I mix a color, I like to stir it up in the jar just a little bit. Make sure all the good parts are working together.
Well, John, if this OBS goes down, it doesn't matter what camera. If we just have one camera, that camera will go out because they're all plugged into OBS. So it's not. I would have to redo all of them anyways just to get one camera back. But yeah, we just we wanted to have it to where you can see all the angles.
Next step is switching out gloves because I have residual color on those gloves from mixing the paints, and when I move this clear across the surface, I don't want any of the colors that I mixed to kind of streak across. I want to keep that white background super, super white. And that's another great thing about using Stone Coat is that it has such awesome UV resistance. I can be confident that this white background will stay white. Now I'm going to take this off and
Thank you, John.
put the clear down. It may get a little bit blurry, but it'll be just for a second, so just work with me here. If it gets blurry, don't adjust your televisions. Isn't that something that people used to say back in the day? Don't adjust your sets.
Yeah.
It's only temporary. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight.
Evelyn says, TZ, I have learned so much I can't tell you. Becca says, it's all good, Jeff. Erica is explaining quite well. Camera is all good.
So I think I'm gonna have to mix up just a little bit more resin because it's kind of. I don't think it's gonna spread fully. Maybe. Let's see.
You went down? No, you're just gonna lay right here. Good boy. Lay down. Lay down. Good boy.
Yeah, a couple more ounces wouldn't hurt.
MCATS wants to know, what is the side of the board? What, did you use it all?
What's that?
So you have to make some to make color now?
No, do colors first.
How much color did you make?
Not that much.
How much did you make?
12 ounces.
Let's see how much color you made.
Huh?
Let's see how much color you made.
This one.
Way too much color. Like, what? Way too much color. Make me try to make me feel bad. I see how you are.
I didn't try to do anything.
Love the color of your gloves.
We're gonna have to sell colored gloves, aren't we?
I think so. Oh, what is the size of the board?
18 by 36.
18 by 36.
I'm mixing up just 2 more ounces.
You hot boy, you gonna get down?
Jeff is right. I made probably, arguably, definitely too much resin in the colors. And if I would have cut all of them in half, it would have probably been just perfect.
Emma wants to know, can I use Sharpie with alcohol, ink, and resin? I can't get ink pens, but I can get markers.
So here's the thing about alcohol, ink, and resin. Dropping alcohol inks into resin, it's not light fast, and Sharpie and other alcohol-based markers are very similar to alcohol inks in that they're alcohol-based, which also means they might fade over time, particularly like light blues, definitely yellows, things like that. So while you can use those things to color your resin, if you're planning on selling your pieces, I would just err on the side of caution and use pigments made for resin.
And
Because-
Afrin wants to know if that's a board or a canvas.
It's a cradle board.
What's a cradle board?
Will be available on our website.
Sharon S says, I found that artists that explain and answer questions are the ones I'm drawn to watch. Thank you so much, ATD, for your time that you give us.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
I get a lot of flack for not doing time lapses or quick videos, and so it means a lot for you to say that. It kind of justifies our reasoning for taking the time to do this the long way.
Janene, instead of making more clear resin, could you apply heat to spread it out more?
So technically, the answer is yes. I could apply heat and make this a really thin layer of resin. However, the thinner your resin is, the greater your risk of pitting, which is where your resin disperses and breaks away, giving you kind of like a crevice or crater down to your surface. And so
we want a dome.
I like to have a really good clear coat when I do negative space, because that's the only thing that I have on the majority of the canvas, ergo negative space.
So let's just say this. Is that how you say it, Janene? Janana? I don't want to say it wrong. I'm horrible at reading them. I have new contacts in. Let's ask yourself this: if you made just enough resin, and you thought, oh, I didn't make enough, so I heated up, put it on the canvas, and then went to sleep, would you rack your mind thinking, man, I should have made just a little bit more, just to put down so I know I'm not going to get any pits or dry edges, which most likely you will, because it kind of goes back if it
Especially on canvas.
yeah, especially on canvas. Or would you rather make a little bit too much, waste just a little, and know that your piece is going to come out awesome the next day?
It's not really a waste. You can do, what's that thing that we do? Coasters. If
Afrin?
I were going to do all colors and not do negative space, I probably would have just heated it and done it that way. Go ahead, B. Sorry.
Afrin says, I love the way you guys answer questions, everyone's questions. Thank you so much. By the way, what type of resin do you use? Can I use coating resin for projects like that?
What's the brand of the coating resin?
We use Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat. Why don't you show them that? This is the stuff that we use.
Where are you? Where am I?
Yeah. I forgot you were on there. I totally forgot you were over there. That other one is just, it's just,
It was a little boring.
no, it's just blown out, and it was just getting like,
Sippy sippy, y'all. Okay. Well, so I'm going to give you guys another glance at my reference. I like to show you guys when I'm inspired by someone else's work. I'm very big on giving credit where it's due, and Rinsky Duna, I am sure I'm
gonna
completely
give you-
butchering your name, but she is who I'm inspired by on this piece. Let me change.
yeah, that's two.
brightness.
I'm gonna put you, yeah, that's so awesome.
She did a triptych, and I was inspired by the middle one. So that's what this piece is inspired by tonight.
So yeah, we appreciate you guys letting us know about how we run the channel, our conversation, our questions. Just so you know, you can ask any question you want, no matter if you've seen it up here 100 times or no times. You ask it. If we don't get to it, one person in this group will. They're very helpful. All the people with the little blue wrenches next to their name, they are moderators. They help out awesomely. They give you all the information. If we don't see it, and at the same time, they can put you in timeout or they can block you. So just be sweet and be patient. We will try to get to everybody's questions, and we appreciate everybody's patience.
It's true. So before we start with this color addition, please make sure to give your thumbs up because it helps our channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And share a video if you can, because
Cheryl, thank you. She said she just sent us $50 on our PayPal.
dude, Cheryl, thank you so much. Every like, every share, every thumbs up really helps us to grow our channel, and we can't do it without you guys. So,
Does she use a blow dryer?
Rinsky, I believe so. But she also does acrylic, so the application is similar. Everything is similar, but it's not exact.
It's exactly the same, but completely different.
Sure.
And if you guys wonder what this sound is, that is our thanks to you for donating to us. That's our party hype button. And that's if you see somebody put the little siren up here, that's basically the same thing.
So right now what I'm doing is hitting the surface with a little bit of heat because I want to pop the bubbles as well as make the surface a little bit more fluid. It helps me to know what areas are a little bit lower than the others. And also, if you are trying to pop some bubbles that just won't pop, that's because it's a hair. You need to pull it out, because if you add your color and you have a hair in there, it's not gonna lay right.
Hello, Claudia. God night, everyone. Is that good night? Good night, Claudia. Board is going over canvas. No, I think it'll be okay.
What's from? Oh, it was. It did. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, PayPal. You can donate to our PayPal. That's very kind of you. We thank you so much for that. Every little bit helps.
Okay,
We basically do this every day, basically for free. We started this channel a couple years ago. Started going live every single day, probably about a year and a half ago, right?
It's probably closer to 2 years.
Probably 2 years. Sometimes, every now and again, we miss a day, but if not, we try to post some sort of video, a tutorial, or just a true color video. A TCV, if you guys ever seen that, that's what that stands for, true color video.
If I added another channel, you guys, and it was just called ATD Time Lapse, where I essentially took the video from the day and time lapsed it, would that be of interest to you guys so you can get just to the art part? Or is that kind of like, meh, I'd rather tune into this channel? Because a lot of people want this channel because of the community, but I do get a lot of kickback because people just want the artwork. So let me know your thoughts. Would you subscribe? All right, let's get on to the artwork. So I'm gonna put the colors right here so you can see them just for a second, because I'm not gonna leave them here because they'll get resined in. You know what I mean?
Your artist till death account settings are out of date. What does that mean?
What?
It says your artist till death settings.
Who said?
I don't know, it just came on like this and then came off.
I'll look
I
at
don't
it
know
later.
what that is.
Okay. So according to my reference photo, my inspo photo from Rinsky's channel, which you guys should definitely go check out. I don't remember if I finished my sentence earlier, but she does mainly acrylics, some resin, and she's ultra talented. She is the creator of the Dutch pour, and she's just amazing. So her negative space is kind of like on the bottom third. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, especially because I have a little bit of pink here. You probably can't see it on there, but I have a dot of pink. So I'm gonna put my base tint, or my cell activator, if you will, color down first.
Efron says, Erica and Jeff, you guys are one of my firsts. I made my own marble epoxy dining table by watching your marble epoxy video.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm trying to focus this camera in for you guys.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks, Chuck's Guitar Stand. Rebecca says, I prefer live, but everybody loves the live, but they would definitely subscribe to the to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this color is the base tint. This is what I'm going to use for my larger cells. As you can see, it's a very thin line. It's about a pinky width, enough, Bowie. It's about a pinky width of color, because I want to keep this negative space. So the least amount of color I put on, the better, in order to keep it ultra negative. On top of that, I'm going to put my dark turquoise from Just Resin. It's a very similar color to what I already have put down, but it's not. It's actually, let's see. Yeah.
Is that like right on it? 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to be able to have that right in their face.
Yeah, right in. And then I'm gonna add some white. I'm gonna add the pink. I'm gonna add a line of this. I'm gonna put another line of the dark turquoise, the cell turquoise.
Do you guys see what I mean by how much color she made? I wasn't just trying to tell her what to do or tell her how much. I just, when you do a negative space, you really want to make just a little bit. So for one, you're not tempted to use it, because you think, oh, I made this, I better use it. Then you put way too much down. And two, you just you don't have to make so much.
It's true. So now I'm going to line it on the outside with the white, because I want the white to kind of like feather out. And you'll notice that you won't notice because it's kind of hot, but the white that I'm using is a different white than the white that's on the background. I'm going to put these colors aside because I don't want to get any resin.
Thank you, Michael. That's very kind of you.
Into the color. Sippy sippy before things get really real. Alright, so we're going to heat it and we're going to blow it outward. Y'all ready? I'm not. Let's do this.
Coasters. She wants to make coasters. Yeah, that's it. I know we were going to do all coasters tonight, but that went out the window. Thank you, Michael Anthony. That's very kind of you to say that. That's what we're here for.
I'm kind of doing a little bit of a Dutch pour in that I'm pushing the white into my other colors. The thing about doing that with resin is that you don't want to overheat your resin. You don't want to scorch it, and cells won't, thank you, love. Cells won't stay if they're too hot. It'll just continue to disperse until they kind of just melt away. So Jeff just handed me this. This is a duster that I got off Amazon. If you're interested in anything that we don't sell in the shop, any little gadget, you can find that down below in our Amazon link. Dun, dun, dun. I think we have like 220 things listed there. Before I do that, I think I want to add a little bit more white. It looks a little bit aqua takeover.
I thought you were gonna do like an S shape.
I'm gonna blow it and kind of So now that I added a little bit more white, I need to heat that up just so it matches a little bit of the temperature that's already down. And I'm gonna blow some of it down and then some of it more up.
This needs to be like That looks so fun with that white riding down the center.
Do what?
Ooh, you know, it'd be fun if you heat, like do a good heating so that it would just, some part would just stretch.
Stretch
Others
down
would
or
stay, yeah.
like stretch?
Well, I mean, like if you were to tilt it.
Yeah.
That
I'm
looks
gonna let
so
it cool
crazy.
off a little bit so that I can heat like a part to stretch this way and a part to stretch that way. The thing about Stone Coat Art Coat is that it's really good about once it cools off, it stays where you put it.
Oh, look, did somebody give us a donation? Well, Monica has a question, a good question. Do you find that the duster blower works better than the heat gun?
So the thing about the duster is if I have too much heat already applied to the piece, then I'll use the duster because it only blows air. It has no heat coil or anything in it. It just sucks the air into this part and blows it out of this part. So if I already know my piece is already on the hotter side, I'll use the duster. Now, if I hadn't already heated it up a lot by trying to push the white over everything, then I would have just used the heat gun to splay it and blow this part out. Hope that makes sense. If you have a torch and don't want to use a heat gun, then you could torch it and use the duster to create the movement and the torch to create the heat element. So I'm going to try to find.
Oh, Nene gave us. I didn't see that. Thank you, Nene. Oh, it just came up. Thank you very much, Nene. We appreciate that. You guys, it blows my mind when we first started this channel. And it's like a, to be honest, you thought, you know, when you start doing something like this, it does take a little money. It's not a cheap hobby, and you'd be surprised. You would really be surprised at how much easier it is to let somebody know, just to answer a question. And to just give, when you're doing it, you're letting people know, you're giving your secrets or your techniques or whatever, than it is to find a way to charge that person. Like, I know it might sound silly, but it just works. Like, it's just, we started it because nobody would answer questions for Erica at this. That nobody would give her any kind of information, and it's really a lot easier just to answer a question than it is to not like. Like it blew my mind. At first I was like, there's no way this is gonna work, like it's gonna get expensive, it's and when people donate to our channel, it's 100% greatly appreciated. I like that. That's a great picture right there. A little thin. JJ, can I get a fireball face? Thank you very much, JJ.
I'm sure we have some fireball back there.
We've got some fireball back there. Lily kids, you get some fireball. Those lazy cats. Them better lazy cats.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not feeling this area right here at all, even a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is,
I'm surprised that you didn't put like a bigger, thicker color instead of little bitty, like a bunch of small ones down.
I'm just gonna scrape that off. Know when you're working with resin that it's okay for things to not go how you thought it would. So I'm just gonna bring this back in to make sure I don't have any raw points. Now my job is going to be to tie this back into everything else. Just breathe, Pujo. I like that way better than how it was because it was looking a little bit pukey. Like that, the yellow was kind of mixing in, but like here, the yellow is kind of an accent instead of integrating a little bit. So what I'm probably gonna do is end up swiping through a lot of it.
Yeah, that teal like took way over.
But it'll be fine.
And that's like staying bored.
It'll be fine.
All right. Let's see here. We're gonna lift this camera up a little bit for you guys so you can see the infamous. Oops, sorry. This is stuck somehow.
Oh no.
The infamous fireball face.
This is an extra awesome face.
And if you guys want to know what Fireball Face is, this is the stuff that they're talking about. All right. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, everybody that has donated to us tonight and in the past. And if you don't donate, that's completely 100% fine. We'd love you just to share it, to like it, to comment, to subscribe. If you give us a thumbs down, let us know why. We love everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, yay, tink tink.
So excited.
There it is. Take it in. Take it in.
How come they don't have to see your fireball face?
Because I don't have one.
Sometimes you do.
I don't have one. We'll leave that out just in case somebody wants to get smart. I think you should pour a big bat of that pink over that. I would do white, then pink, and then swipe it. Babe, don't move it around like you're like...
Okay, you want me to do what?
Alright, we're gonna let you guys see the big... Uh-oh, Clara! Yes, more Fireball Face. You can get me back tomorrow.
Who child? Okay. Okay, let's get serious, people. You want me to add more pink?
That's... I want you to like drench that. That I don't know why you're doing that little bitty line like that.
I'm trying to be negative spacey.
Yeah, but you can be negative spacey and put a lot down and just act like it's a coaster. Yeah.
Coaster.
Thanks, MCats.
No, thank you.
Does that sound louder than normal? I don't have that underneath. I normally have that underneath a paper towel or like a... Welcome, Sandra. How are you doing tonight?
We're gonna work through this bad boy together. I mean, it's swipey paper. No. We're gonna just use the heat gun. Okay, that's gonna look good. So before I get too far, knowing that that's gonna look good, I'm gonna mix some 007 into this.
Claire, I'll give her a shot of Fireball after she takes care of this pink. Teresa says, E's getting her swap on.
I'm about to.
Evelyn's going to get her some Jack Fire. Tina Morrow's going to get her some Fireball. Rebecca says, I think it's pretty. I like the colors.
Just need to make sure that I have a line of the cell activator on each side. That doesn't have to be a thick line, but Jeff is right. Whatever dominant color you want should be on the thicker side. Also, it's getting kind of darker, so we're going to put another line of white.
See, you guys, you can always add more. You can't take away, really.
Very difficult. Let's do this.
Sharon says, good thing you made all that color, E.
Fair point.
It's a fair point. Twisted Art Lady said, I did a big swipe acrylic pour today.
So I'm pausing right there because...
Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel. I just did that, and you probably can't see on there, but Jeff, I need to borrow your face. Look how fun this...
What?
Can you see where this pink turned into yellow cells? Probably not.
Oh, yes. From here a little bit, yeah.
That's super fun. I'm hoping that more of those come up.
Tina Morrow's got fireball face. And I would make like 6. I'd make like 10 more gallons. 10 more gallons. 10 more ounces. I put a big old thing of white over that. Just turn that into a Dutch pour.
So now that this area is really warm, this area I haven't had any heat on.
Tell him, Bowie. Tell him Dutch pour time.
I'm going to stretch this out. It's going to look really good. Take my word. I'm heating just under this line of color so that I can make sure that all of this resin flows more easily over that surface without creating too much of that teardrop effect that's happening on some areas. I'm going to do a super tilt just on this area. Then I'm going to tilt it back in.
Thank you, Nene. Yeah, you guys, we have a Pour With Us class, Volume 3, coming up on June 25th. And what that details is, if you go to our website, artistselldeath.com, you can go to our kits, and you get a kit, and it has everything in it that you need to pour. You can just open it up and start to resin pour. But don't do it yet until 8 p.m. on June 25th when we start at 8 p.m. like I said, and we'll do from start to finish. All skill levels are welcome.
This is going to look really good.
Baby Cake said, I stopped all alcohol drinking 26 years ago when I started having babies to be a good example for my kids. I'm rethinking this now.
That's awesome though. It's a good reason. My palms really don't care if I drink or not though, so. Should I take this out to a fade?
I don't know. I really don't.
I wonder what would happen. We'll put some white down here and just blow it into it. If you don't think I won't super tilt this whole thing, we've got another thing coming.
I never said you weren't.
You're over there chuckling at me like I've just...
I'm blown away that you haven't thrown this out the window. Like, I guess because I would be like, nope, start over.
Yeah, but I already know that I can end up with something beautiful. I mean, I think
You always fix everything. Everything always looks good when you do it.
I think it's important for people to see that things don't always turn out like you envision them, and that it's okay. Just take an inventory of where things are, where you want to be with it, and then make adjustments. But that's something that we're afforded with this stone coat, that you don't have that option with other resins, you know?
Yes. I'm trying to read over here. Thank you, Sharon, for joining. Sorry for your internet cutting in and out. Stay safe. Unplug all of your cords and whatnot if you have a storm there. Don't want you to get any, what do you call it? Electricity explosions and ruining your stuff. If all fails, listen to your shirt.
It's true that glitter is always an option.
Right?
Alright, I'm going to go around to the other side to do the other side of this, and then I'm going to worry about the top side. Right now I'm going to worry about this hat.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Bring your shot glass.
What?
Yep.
I don't have one. You're going to say.
The people have spoken. Oh, no. I think we should make that a sound.
Should.
Wait, what's going on over there?
Nothing. Why do I have a big one?
That's what he said.
They can't see my face. They can't see my...
We will remedy that. And if you guys are interested in that piece behind her, it's for sale. It'll probably be on the fire sale for super cheap.
Kim T.
No, it is not. That was not. That was racist.
How do you do that? How do you just open your whole and just throw it in there?
That's what she said.
Make sure there's no resin on this, because if you guys haven't tasted resin, don't.
Don't.
Please don't unsubscribe because I'm taking shots. Mm.
105 watching.
Thanks, 105 people.
Thursday night.
I'm sorry, Jade. It's fine.
Debbie says, seriously, how is your fireball reaction so dang cute? I called my husband in here for the last shot. Look at that face.
I don't feel very cute right now.
She's like a child.
You're a child. Okay. Thank you, Clara and JJ, for that fireball donation.
Look at that face. I just saw a replay of it.
Don't! Be...
Bia.
Be up. Alrighty. As you can see, hey y'all, I'm hitting it with like some heat and it's not moving. That's because
Love the twitchy eye. That's crazy eye.
Jeff gets that eye when he's not being regular. I know it, Billy. You tell him.
And he said, the longer you hold it in your mouth, the worse it gets.
That is what she said.
And then she said, "That's what she said." You can't say that's what she said after the end of your own comment.
You can't set yourself
You can't.
up.
You can't. What do you call that? That's like saving yourself because you know you said it and you're like, "Oh God, I'm gonna get hit with it." So yeah, we'll give you that one, Nene.
I know it, Bowie. I don't want to stretch it all the way down there.
That's what she said.
I'm for real.
Oh my God,
Shush.
that's way too much.
Be careful, you guys, if you're working with a torch. It's super easy to scorch your resin. You'll know you scorched it because it'll turn like smoker's teeth yellow.
Debbie said, "This is y'all. This is such a needed piece of happiness."
Well, I'm glad I could bring you a smile.
Schmer.
See. I keep telling myself that you did Judy's peacock feathers by complete accident and then incorporating a super tilt.
Oh yeah, it's true. I want you to run some all gold through that.
Tilt that back.
96 watching now.
How many?
96. Lost a couple.
I lost some people, probably because Fireball Face. Sorry to the ones I've offended. Also, I'm sorry. I think it's equally as important to know how to save a piece as it is to make a piece in the first place.
Holly says, "Oh my God, I love the movement in this piece."
Somebody likes it. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to do some swipes. This is one that's definitely different from... Here's where I'm at.
Oh my God.
What?
No, it went off and went back on, but you're fine.
Here's where I'm at with this piece right now. I like this area, and I like this area.
says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later.
Just reload the YouTube page. Rinsky, I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be an awesome piece. Let me get some swiping papers. We're going to fix this. Swipey paper. To be fair, there are parts in this that I feel are super beautiful. And there are parts that I would love to throw on a rioter. Where am I? Where are you? Where am I?
Our fire. What time is our fire sale? 5 o'clock on Saturday. So 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, which means Florida it will be 7.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, like 6 or 7-ish. And I'm sorry, California, I would say 3 or 4. Right?
I need feedback. Should I do more of these dip swipes or no?
Dip swipe. Dip swipe. I can't see it.
Well, can you show me your face right there?
What is it? Where? Yellow was a bad idea. I'm sorry. I put that in there. Maybe a transparent yellow wasn't a good idea. I was just saying yellow. I didn't say transparent yellow. So it's all good. It's whatever. Dip swipe.
Alright, negative on the dip swipe.
Well, not with yellow. I would cover that thing in white.
How? The heck?
I would Sasuko. What's her name? Sasuko? The dip. What's her name? That's a big fly. The acrylic Dutch pour girl.
Rinsky?
Is that her? I thought there was another one. You guys, is there
Rinsky
another one?
Duna.
No, there's another one. 3 in California. Yes.
Alright, but okay, so but listen. Hear me out.
Dip swipe.
Did
No,
it look
not Petra.
did look bad swiping up in this area?
Yeah, because it was like such a, it was stale. It was like a peak. It wasn't
it was
a
only
fade.
one, but I was gonna.
Nah, it didn't even look like you were just gonna drag something through it like a beginner. Okay.
They can't see my face, so it's fine. Alright, so maybe swipe back through the piece then.
Jody, that is exactly right. Jody Williams says, I have a Just Resin pigment paste called ATD Fireball. Is that named after your fireball face?
It is.
It actually is.
That is a true story.
Dutch poor lady. Renska Duna?
So I said, Rinsky Duna.
Oh, I don't know. I thought there was a different one.
I think Satsumi is like a knife person.
Oh, here comes a kitten.
Don't even do it, cat.
Here comes a kitten. Where's he at? Bowie. Where's he at? Nope. I know he's gonna go up there. Nope. I see you want to jump, buddy. He's like, yay, let me jump. That whole parking lot across the street is almost empty.
What about
I don't know if
this?
that's a good thing or a bad
I
thing.
don't know. Reversing it.
Maybe.
Now Bowie's jelly bean.
He is jelly bean. Nope, you can't get up there because then you're gonna be mad. Tell him, Bowie. Can't get up here. Tell him. Tell him. It's too hot. I know. Come on, let's go tell him over here.
Alright, so maybe I should just swipe some white through it then.
We're gonna have to have somebody come help us. Come help Clara. I guess I should say, come help me on Saturday. We have new takers. Saskia.
Saskia's amazing.
Maybe that's who I was thinking of. The name. Thank you, Sandra. Look at the cat. They just can't go up the puppy mansion the regular way. Like they have to take the hardest way possible.
I'm gonna get artsy fartsy real quick. Just give me a second.
No, I was kidding, Twisted. I don't. We'll be fine. We just need. Clara's good at coming and helping us. She's coming anyway, so I was just saying it just sometimes it gets a little hectic, but thank you for offering.
Oh, I forgot she lived like just up there. Appreciate it, Sam.
Erica, your hair matches. Kinda. A little bit more green than blue, but yeah.
Alright, so what I'm doing is tying in this blurb of color.
Bloop bloop.
So I just like fast.
Ooh, what if you did this? What if you
swiping
went?
upward?
Look at the screen. What if you took it and just started to go, and then just like how it's going, but don't obviously drag it all the way. Almost just run it right next to each other all the way. Yeah, but not, babe. Look, not that way, but that way. Like you're just kind of going
Along
with the
with
curve.
this?
Yeah, don't drag it down. Drag it as a curve.
So after seeing what this looks like right here, this jagged edge, I need your face. This jagged that I have right here,
Mhm.
I almost wish I did that from the jump.
Why did that turquoise take over so much?
I'm not sure.
What is that?
I don't know if the takeover was from just resin or the base.
What was the base?
Deep turquoise from Color Passion.
And you put dark turquoise from just resin.
Separate.
Yeah, that's...
Give me a minute. Alright, so you want me to follow... I'm going to do that with a little bit of white on the end of my this. I'm going to dip swipe it, which means I'm putting... Where am I? Where are you? You're not right there. I put a little bit of white on the end of my swiping paper.
Put a little bit white on the end of the tip.
I'm just going to follow that up for a minute. Like that.
I'm trying to make this a little bit.
Let me know so I can move on.
I'm trying to make this other camera just a little bit better so you can, so they can see the whole thing.
Alright, so, but can you tell me if that's what you were thinking?
Yeah, just like, just arch it.
Follow the flow around.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a camera from above, overhead, but she's leaning over it and her hair gets in the way. She does a little
Ritterhoff it sometimes.
Anne-Marie Ritterhoff, which we love because we learned from Anne-Marie.
Check her out if
We
you
we call
haven't.
it the Anne-Marie Ritterhoff angle. It's funny, like when you watch her videos, you're like, yes, yes, and then you physically move, like you move around to see, just to
Like
try
you
to
move your face
you
with
move
her?
your face just so you can see around the top of her hair.
Because she's doing some awesome things. but
Yeah,
sometimes her
and
hair
you're
gets in
like,
the
we
way.
want to see what you're doing, Anne-Marie. She probably doesn't like to be called Anne.
Continue on with this.
I'm talking like, not just stop. Like, I want it to go like it's like.
I don't know what you're saying. You want me to tie them in together, or you want me to continue them on off the thing?
No, I meant like your peripheral vision is terrible.
Okay,
Like,
your explanation.
okay, going like this, you go in, you're just going with it, just like that, just to kind of, and you just kind of, you're not going into this. That's how I was seeing it, just to match that.
So not what I did the first time, where it was
Well, yeah,
disconnected.
it's kind of like that. Well, on there and far away, it looked like it was just kind of going into it. But this looks good. This looks fun.
I think doing these and all the way up to this will tie it in, and I think matching that on this bottom half would tie it in.
I always tell him Bowie's sitting in front of his fan. We'll see you, Rebecca.
Alright, let's do this on the other side and see what we got. I feel like this would have made a great diptych or triptych. Okay, I came over here to do the other half of this, but I'm realizing that that is not appropriate.
No?
I need to just flip the canvas because I can't get to it because of that table right there.
Thank you for coming, hanging out, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Oh, now this thing is counting people. How strange is that?
I have no answers.
Who are leaving? Ellen says, sorry, drunk fingers, y'all. She spelled y'all. Y AALL. That's good, drunk fingers.
No, up Boeing. Calm down. I need to tie this into the top half. I don't know if that was the tie-in that I was looking for, but lucky for me, this resin gives me a great working time. I don't really have to stress about how much longer I can do this. I'm just putting a little bit of white on the end of my swiping paper. Taking my time swiping down through this piece.
Bowie? Why does that look shiny? Should be dull.
This one I kind of have like frat boy haired upward, like,
Frat boy hair.
you know what I mean? But this part I want kind of more vertical. So I'm dragging it a little bit more just straight downward. Kind of get it really slow in the beginning, and then once it gets to a certain area, I brush it off. And I'm just tying this top to the rest of this piece. So it doesn't really look disconnected. I'm going to add some more of the dark, the deep turquoise that gives me cells. Never mind that noise in the background. Bowie is living his best life some kind of way.
He's having he's having a party of one.
But it is apparently the best party. What was that sound?
That's a cat.
Was it?
Yeah, he was running.
They're right there.
I know, he ran from over there.
Oh.
Do you think it was like a
I don't know what it was.
firework?
I was like, is that fireworks? Is that a Molotov?
Kim Crow asks, I know you've been asked this a million times, but what kind of paper do you use for swiping? What she's using right there is just the paper that we have down to protect the table. It's like but it's basically a butcher paper. Just something that's has a little sturdiness to it that'll grab the resin instead of just kind of floating over the top of it.
You would like to use a heavier paper?
What we used to do, a lot of what we used to do when we first started doing this, because we had swiped so much, is we use this paper with like a wax coating on the back. It's regular paper on the front, then wax coating on the back, and we would have a. We've saved a lot of rags from like destroying them with resin, because we used to have alcohol ink on a rag, and then we would just wipe the paper off, because that's like a perfect. You can just use one piece for a couple different swipes. And it comes right off of that slick side. Good night, Debbie. Have a good night. Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. Dun, dun, dun. What was that, Sweet Caroline? So good. I definitely like it better with this separation. I may look at it tomorrow and decide to do a top coat on it. Like not a cover-up painting, but a transparent enhancement. Does that sound more PC?
Yes.
I'm stuck in my head. Am I missing anything?
No.
I think I'm almost done with this piece. This is probably going to be the last swipe I pull through it. I lied. There's one more I need to do. I need to tie in everything that I'm adding after the fact. It's being difficult. This piece is on the busier side for me. I did stay true to the negative space aspect of it. I'll probably do a clear coat with some transparents tomorrow. Because the flow still
See you,
isn't,
booger.
the flow still isn't where I want it. So here's where I'm at with it, B. Hear me out.
See.
I'm gonna add all the color I have left through this center area and super tilt in either direction.
Okay, say that again.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna use all the color that I have left and super tilt through. I'm gonna lay it all through this center area and super tilt it.
Super tilt.
See?
Okay.
Or I'm going to make a few coasters with what I have left over, and then tomorrow, or just on another day, do a transparent and white overlay.
I would put the colors down. I think that would be fun. I think just, but put them. Don't do like that thin line like you're doing. Like do all the color until it runs out. Like, do like a blob and then do another one and then another. Like make it to where it's a big color so that it's not
Another
blending in. It's just like a solid good color. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's great. I like that. That'll be fun. Okay. Super tilt. Brave. Go for it. Super tilt. Super duper. Super tilt. Yes, yes, yes.
I can't decide if everyone wants a super tilt because they hate this piece or because it's so iffy on how a super tilt's going to turn out.
I got you some things, and then I put some of the stuff on save for later because it's not going to get her till August.
Okay.
So I'd rather just get you something now than...
I was like, someone said they sent us some things?
No.
Nope. Sorry, you guys. What time is
Sorry,
it?
we don't answer the red phone.
It's 9 o'clock.
We don't answer the red phone after 7 p.m.
Watch that be someone calling to say, I'll buy it just the way it is.
Yeah, right.
Womp. I have to say, B, back in the day, some of our most highly acclaimed pieces were products of the Super Tilt.
Yeah.
Should I include the yellow?
No, don't use that yellow. That yellow is not your best friend.
It's never been my best friend.
Yeah. Man, I'm really surprised this matte finish is not.
I know, Bowie. You tried to tell me not to use yellow, and I did.
Oh, is that how it's going down?
Okay. That's all of the colors minus the yellow. Didn't have that much. Let's add some heat because the air is on. Also, this has been working for how long?
We have been live for hour and 50 minutes.
So we're coming up on 2 hours that this resin has been mixed. I'm putting a lot of heat down here so that it flows more freely. This is definitely going to eat up my negative space, but that's fine.
Oh.
I'm actually going to kick up the super torch.
Super torch. I think, are you guys still there? This has been here for a minute. Super tilt.
I think so.
That's probably what somebody's calling for.
Where's my phone?
Right here.
Where would a message on there?
You receive $100 from Judy Pratt. You receive $50 from Cheryl. Judy Howard from Clara Scarlett. Carry 2. Makes sense. Messages. 251. I don't know. None of it's saying. Yeah, I don't think that they're there. Oh, I see you guys. Sorry. I was looking at an old, old chat box. One that wasn't updated. Sorry about that. 66 current viewers. Sorry, y'all. I was looking at a different old chat box. Well, so much for
My negative space.
negative space. We're going old school,
Sometimes
man. This is
resin
old
doesn't
school.
do what you want it to do, so you kind of have to just go with it. And I think it's good to show people that it's okay.
We are all tilting our iPads. He's looking over there. You don't want to go over there, buddy. You don't want none of that. That's not for kitty cats. Okay?
I think it's good for people to see that things don't always go according to plan, though.
He's like, why do you want to come this way, dude? Don't,
I mean, would you guys rather see only successful pieces, or would you do you like seeing things that, kind of work? I mean, I definitely like it more now than I did before. So now I'm gonna light up this part.
You lock it up.
You get murdered first.
you get murdered first for once. Okay, so we're talking about Schitt's Creek and how David and Alexa always argue.
What's this? You get murdered first for once. This almost looks iCat-ish, a la Bertha. You bested me on this one, Rinsky Duna.
You put so much heat on that, you better watch it. It'll start setting up. Especially after 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna start setting up, but I'm just doing the super tilt and then that's it. So
Super. Then he said, "iCatish?" ?
So a long time ago, I did a piece called Bertha, and the style is an iCat. It was just acrylic and gold leaf, but I think it's an Indian, a little bit Indian style.
God, babe.
Let me do it.
What do we make it do, man?
Arm hearts.
I know. In a galaxy far, far away. Just to give you guys 3 angles of this piece, here you go. Babe, you do so much better than me. Like, I would have already gone and sat down and started watching a movie with the sound on.
I know you would have.
I'm sorry, what? Hey, you guys keep it down over there. I'm trying to watch a movie.
Y'all shut up talking to me right now. So, I'm not ecstatic with how this piece turned out, but I'm not entirely upset because I feel like every piece you do is kind of a learning experience. And someone just the other day said, do you guys ever do a piece that you're not happy with? This one will probably qualify. However, what I'm going to do is use it as a base to a follow-up piece that I use predominantly whites and transparents. So while I'm not happy with how this piece is as is, I'm not completely upset about it in general. That probably doesn't make sense, but I'll use this in a coming up video.
Coming of age video.
Pardon?
Coming of age video.
Mm-hmm. Now we're on shower, guys. Please tell them I'm not condoning
An hour-long shower.
for too many guys.
I'm really liking it, Nene says. Oh, there's the camera. I don't know how that fell off of there. Wrong camera. I need that one.
For what?
For I said bye. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's good.
Ow!
You alright?
No. You got me this time, Rinsky.
Okay. It's off. Thank you, Teresa. All right. Transition time. So I left this area here so when she comes back she can talk to you guys.
You left me a pocket of face space.
Pocket of space.
You can go ahead and start talking.
Oh, I've been talking. I set it on up. All right. Okay. So, first of all, thank you all for showing up. We had up to like 106 people watching. Not bad, I must say. You hear that? My chair has decided to unlock. I've had them locked for months. God, all the way down to 34 people. 33. Sorry, y'all.
All right, they're still there.
Well, we wouldn't just dip out and not say goodnight to you guys.
That is not how relationships are built.
Nope. All right. Hey, if you guys like this shirt, we have them in black on our website. F-COVID. F-COVID-19. Lockdown of 2020. We have these and we have the full face.
Ultra censored.
Ultra censored lockdown of 2020. They're all in black shirts though. We have them on our website, artistilldeath.com.
I promise I'll do better than my negative space on the negative space class.
Thank you, Cindy Stevens.
We love you, Cindy. Can't wait to see you next time we come down to Florida. Which hopefully will be soon.
I have one. I think I have one left in large and like 2 or 3 left in extra large, but I don't have them on the website.
Just shoot us a text.
So shoot us a text if you
Want
want a red one. I only have, like I said, maybe 1 large and I think 2 extra large. I only got them in those sizes. They're expensive to make, so the red ones are 30, just so you know. Hey E, please text me what you wanted so we can proceed.
Cats?
Yeah. Alright. Well, that was awesome. We went back up to 44. The website, we only have the black shirts. We have the two designs, one full face, one half. And we also have ATD shirts on there and a couple a couple hoodies. I'm not sure what size or colors, but we've got a couple up there. We definitely need to make some more hoodies. I really want to improve the logo a little bit. I want to update it a little.
It's true. I walked past you like this. You ready?
Babe, you should go downstairs.
I can't do
That
it like
was
you
good.
do. I almost fell over.
That was good.
Thanks. I had shoes on. I just took them off. Janine, we're just happy you stopped in to see what we're up to. You didn't miss much. It was a fail for me today.
Teresa said, I've worn my hoodie out. Well, keep that hoodie. That's an original hoodie.
TG, you have one
Teresa.
of the OGs.
Yeah.
Mattify, I'm glad you stopped in to see what we're up to. Hi, Beansy. Are you here to make me feel better?
Better.
Are you here to make me feel more better?
No.
No. I got face kisses from Bowie. He doesn't ever get face kisses. Maybe you'll love it tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe. You never can tell. Sometimes you do love a piece the next day. Who knows? In any case, thank you guys so much for watching, seeing what we're up to today. Please read all of these things over here on the side area.
Thanks.
You can see us all in live form on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and in our group, ATD's Poor People. It is a group of like-minded individuals who just want to help you and get honest feedback. We will see you guys tomorrow. We'll probably go live. Well, it depends on what time Claire is going to get into town. Claire will be here with us this weekend. We're going to do a fire sale on Saturday. And it'll be a good time either way. I'm completely distracted because I have a little boy breathing behind me about wanting to go outside. Please join us on the 25th for our negative space pour class. Today was not a very good example of my keeping to negative space, but when I say I'm going to do negative space and it's not for a class, it's not specific, and I see where the direction needs to change a little bit, then I just do that. I appreciate you guys. Sorry that our feed kept cutting out, but we will be back again tomorrow, hopefully with a better connection. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and being part of us. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through. I'm gonna kill Jeff when we're off camera because he likes to mock me a little bit, and no one will find his body, so it's like it's regular.
Look at your face. Okay,
Glitter's always an option. Anyways, thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone's going through. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
I said bye.
Tell me a secret. Okay.